Welcome to the Fear and Greed Afternoon Report for Tuesday, the 26th of April 2022. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon we bring you the 5 news items that happened today that you need to know about. Let's jump into it. Story number 1. The local market tumbled more than 2% today to finish at 7,318 points. It was a day where China dominated investors' discussions. COVID cases are accelerating in the world's second largest economy. And given Beijing is instituting a COVID zero policy, more lockdowns across the country are now likely. That's raised fears that China's economy will slow sharply, or at least the pace of growth will slow sharply. That led to a big sell-off in the mining sector led by the iron ore companies, reflecting a much lower price for iron ore. BHP tumbled nearly 6%. Fortescue was off 7% and Rio Tinto dropped 4%. Some of the smaller producers were hit even harder. Champion Iron was down 9%. In corporate news, Beach Energy's share price tumbled 5% after the oil and gas group reported its slowest quarter of production since 2018. Having said that, earnings jumped 15% because prices were high for the 3 months to the end of March. Mineral Resources fell 10% after announcing a $1 billion debt raising, and Vulcan Steel's share price jumped 7% after the steel distributor and processor lifted its full-year profit forecast by 25%. On strong demand and high prices. Story number 2, the latest polls are providing mixed news for the Prime Minister Scott Morrison and coalition government. Scott Morrison is perceived as vastly less trustworthy than opposition leader Anthony Albanese and even more untrustworthy than Tony Abbott at his most unpopular, according to the Financial Review Ipsos poll. But Mr. Albanese has hit new depths in terms of ability to manage the economy. In terms of overall competency, both Morrison and Albanese are tied at a record low 42%. However, Scott Morrison has extended his lead over Anthony Albanese as preferred Prime Minister, according to the Australian News poll, but Labor leads the coalition on a two-party preferred basis, 53 to 47%. What's all that mean? Well, we'll probably have to wait to May 21 to know. Story number 3. The 2022 Global Mining Report from KPMG shows that the environment is the biggest risk to the sector over the next year. COVID didn't even make the top 10 risks. The KPMG report speaks to more than 300 global mining execs, and in a sign of just how much things have changed over the past decade, the environment now outranks commodity price risk and community relations and social license to operate. The talent crisis, something many local miners have been talking about, comes in at number 9. It's the first time in the report's history that prices haven't ranked number 1. Story number 4, EML Payments share price tumbled 39% today after it downgraded its profit outlook by 7%. That is a whopping fall. About 60% of EML's revenue comes from Europe. And last year, the Bank of Ireland raised concerns about one of its subsidiaries in that country. That sent its share price south. Now the downgrade looks like investors are running out of patience. And finally, story number 5. Billionaire Tesla entrepreneur Elon Musk has agreed to buy Twitter for about $44 billion, taking private the 16-year-old social networking platform and becoming a very, very powerful voice in social media. The offer is at a 38% premium to the stock's close on the day before Mr. Musk disclosed he was buying shares. So much in this one. Mr. Musk is one of Twitter's most prolific users with 83 million followers. He has also been a critic, alleging the company's algorithms are biased. After the bid, Mr. Musk said Twitter is the digital town hall and free speech is the bedrock of democracy. That's it for the afternoon report for Tuesday, the 26th of April, 2022. Michael Thompson and I will be back tomorrow morning for the Wednesday edition of Fear and Greed. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.